Hey everybody, it's Herbert. It is early June. It is time for me to take some potatoes out of the ground. And I'm doing this because the plants have died back and now I have sunchokes growing all around it. So I have to take these potatoes out as delicately as I can while not disturbing all the sunchokes that are now growing up around them. What happened was last year I had uh, put a sunchoke bed down, and I thought that because they kept getting gnawed at all the way down to the stumps, that there was just going to be no growth this year. I assumed that they didn't have enough development to spread in the ground and have anything come back the next year. So I said, okay, well, I'll put some potatoes in here. And then what happened was I started to see all these sunchoke plants sprout up. So if you guys are thinking about growing sunchokes, even if your first year is horrible, chances are they'll still come back and be really good the following year. It's pretty amazing. So that's great news, but I did not expect all these sunchokes to grow up and around my potato plants. So now I'm trying to pull out as many potatoes as I can as delicately as possible while keeping all the sunchokes intact, and we're just gonna do the best we can. So this one I already started, but the ground is actually more dense than I thought, so I'm gonna try and use a spade. This is where the plant was. There we go, there's a potato. And I don't really care about nicking these guys too much because I think I'm going to use them today. This plant didn't get very big, so I don't know how many potatoes would be in the ground here. And I'm really not going to dig too hard. Either they're there or they're not. Because when I dig up the sunchokes, I've had potatoes grow close to sunchokes before, and you know, they'll hold in the dirt usually. Sometimes they'll even come back for a second, like a second round of growing. So I just got two little potatoes there. This is where the bigger plant was. I think it had a little more room to grow. Now here, a chipmunk has actually burrowed right through the root mass, so I don't have much expectations, but maybe there's a fair amount of potatoes still, and there is. That's cool. That's looking a little better. Now these potatoes didn't get very big because I think what happened was the sunchokes started to grow all around them, and then the plant probably died back from a lack of sun. But there's still some like new potato size tubers here that I could use. That one, that looks like where the chipmunk's been gnawing. And that's the potato that was planted. Okay, and there's more potatoes in here. That one got flung. There's actually quite a few. I hope I don't get attacked by a chipmunk trying to get my potatoes. Got some okay eating sized potatoes here. So I come from an Irish family, and one of the things I learned is that my great-grandparents didn't used to call them potatoes, they called them potaters. They called them potaters. So we're actually digging up potatoes. Alright, and that's about as far as I want to go there because I don't want to mess with any sunchoke roots. And there should be another plant a little further in. Oh, there we go. Let's see how this one did. And these are my walking onions. You can see that I got to do something with all these bulbs too. I'm going to harvest some of these onions as well. All right, all this straw looking stuff is actually not straw. This is not a traditional Ruth Stout. This is kudzu that has broken down over the past year, and it begins to turn into a straw-like substance. So I sheet mulch my garden with kudzu. It's very rich in nitrogen, and it's a good way to get a lot of ground cover. You can see the fresher kudzu that I pull. I just keep expanding my garden by, you know, smothering out grass, and then usually in the fall I will kind of chop it up and mix it in a little bit so it breaks down quicker. What else we got here? I know there's more potatoes in here, but I just don't want to dig these up too aggressively. That's a bit, oh, that's the soggy potato. That's the planter potato. There's another one. Oh, they're deep. There's another one. There's another one. Right? I find that potatoes can be perennial because I've missed them in an initial harvest, and then they've come back in a subsequent harvest. So you can perennialize how you grow your potatoes by just leaving some in the ground. And I know that they call it the Irish method, where they truly do treat it like a perennial. They put potatoes in the ground in the fall, but very deep, like over a foot deep, and then they will come back the next year and they'll spring up earlier than if you planted your potatoes even in early spring. So you can do multiple rotations of potatoes. I would imagine you could do as much as 3 rotations. You know, you have a end of fall planting, early spring planting, and then even like a late summer planting where there's still enough time for it to come up. All right, we got a couple more potatoes out of there. This is the last plant. All right, so this is not really a massive harvest here. I'm just trying to salvage some of these potatoes and get them out of the way for when we have the sunchokes fill in the gaps. A couple more potatoes. All right, a lot of itty bitty ones. There's a nice one. And I'll probably make some hash browns with these guys. All right, and I'm just gonna fill that back in. All right, so not a huge harvest, guys. I just had a few grocery store potatoes I had put in here, and I pulled out more than I got, so I think overall it was a win. And I'm gonna start harvesting some of these onions to cook along with the potatoes, and it should make a pretty good, I think I'll do hash browns or something. Anyway, thanks for following me, guys, and you can grow potatoes next to your sunchokes, but make sure you can get access to them. All right, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.